Hey everyone, it's Mike with It's Pittsfield Tonight. I'm going to jump right into it, and I'm going to pick up with the same topic that we've been talking about for the past few weeks, and that's our Pittsfield restaurants. So many of you know for the past 19 days, or it was roughly around 3 weeks, our Pittsfield restaurants were shut down for indoor dining. In fact, Pittsfield was the only state, or the only community in the entire state to have indoor dining suspended. Well, as of last night, as most of you I'm sure know, as of last night, the Pittsfield Board of Health rescinded that order that they put in place on November 12th. And as of today, Pittsfield restaurants are back open for indoor dining. So a big thank you to the Pittsfield Board of Health and a big congratulations to our Pittsfield restaurants who were unbelievably struggling because of this and very frustrated, and it put hundreds and hundreds of people out of work. It was very frustrating. So this is a good thing, and I'm glad to see that happened. And I can't wait to get out there and see some of my favorite restaurant owners and favorite restaurants and wait staff and be able to attend dining again. Also, that being said, there were some stipulations with this. The rest of the state, you can't have any more than 10 people per table. The Pittsfield Board of Health has put in 6 for us. I see no problem with that. So it's a maximum of 6 people seated per table or per party. And one of those people has to give their name and contact information in the event somebody contracts COVID, that they have that information for contact tracing. And I don't see a problem with that either. And I can promise you this, from all the restaurant owners that I have met with and spoke to, and I've spoke to a lot of them, their number one priority, and always has been, is the health and safety of their customers, their staff, and themselves and their own families. These are on-site restaurant owners. They're not sitting in an office or sitting at home while somebody else does this. They're in these businesses working themselves. So their number one priority is the health and safety of everyone. That's the first thing. So I'm confident that all of them will do this within the guidelines like the governor suggested, and like the rest of the state, this won't be a problem. Now, we know numbers are going to go up. They've been prepared for this. They talked about this in the spring when the virus first hit. We knew going into the winter months there was a very likely chance that this would happen, and it is happening. And it's very sad what we're seeing in some of the nursing facilities like Hillcrest Commons or Kimball Farms. It's very sad. But I know that those staff members are doing everything they can to get that under control. But with the restaurants, again, I'm just confident that they're doing everything they can to assure that everything is done safely. And if the governor gets to a point where he says, look, we're going to have to take a step back, or if we have to shut down indoor dining in the future, which right now he's saying that's not on the table, then I think everyone would be okay with it. If that's what the data is showing, then that's what you do. But now Pittsfield restaurants are back on the same playing field as everyone else, and it's important that these people were able to get back to work. The hundreds of employees citywide that were laid off and put out of work for this, the money and revenue that was being lost in tax receipts, to the city of Pittsfield that were going to surrounding communities. So this is a good thing. So congratulations again to the restaurant owners, and thank you to the Board of Health. Another good thing that came out of this too, that's definitely worth mentioning, is when I first covered this, when the ban first went into place, and I suggested that, I think all the restaurant owners need to get together and fight on this. Well, Craig Benoit did just that. And Craig Benoit is the owner of the Hot Dog Ranch. And Craig took the reins on that and contacted all the restaurant owners. Many of them he was already friends with, because it's a pretty tight-knit community. The ones he didn't know, he reached out to, he introduced himself. Even some of the bigger chains, Panera, 99, Applebee's, and they all got involved. And now we have a Pittsfield Restaurant Association. So they're working together as a team to help each other, to help police each other for everyone's safety. And I think that's incredible. And I suggest, I'm going to say it now, because collective bargaining is a powerful thing. I suggest that in Pittsfield, all related businesses or industry, whether you're in retail, auto sales, whatever it is, work together. That's community. Your competition can be your best friends, and competition is one of the best things you can have in business. It's great for the consumer. It's great for everybody because it boosts sales. And I think working with your competition in that sense, they become your allies. You work together. So I think we need to have a Pittsfield Retailers Association. I think we need to have all these things. So I encourage all businesses to do that and reach out to me. I'll help in any way I can, and I'll help promote it through marketing, help you set up a platform, a website for it, how you can get everything scheduled so everyone's on the same page with email and maybe your own closed group on social media sites so you can effectively communicate with each other. I think that's the definite way to do it. Social media is the tool to use for this. And I encourage everyone, and I will help in any way I can because I truly do this to give back to our community. I was born and raised in Pittsfield. I was born right there at BMC. And it's important to me to see our city come back to life. Pittsfield was always such a wonderful place, and it's taken a heavy hit, and it's taken a real heavy hit the past 5 years. I mean, I hate to say that, but, it's not that there haven't been any good things happening, but it's been devastating here. And I think the big thing is my biggest problem in leadership, and this isn't a personal attack on anybody, is public servants really need to have that. To be a good public servant, you got to be there for the right reasons. And the first and foremost reason is your love of the community where you live, and to be accessible. I mentioned this in the last video, how we've had mayors that were known for always stopping in and visiting business owners and seeing people, and it was hard not to like them. Jerry Doyle was one of those guys. Jerry Doyle was incredibly likable. Jim Roberto had a good reputation for that. And there's other ones. When I was a kid, Charlie Smith. I liked Mayor Smith. He was nice to me. I was a little kid, but he was really nice to me. But anyway, I think that's your leadership is who unites. It's their responsibility to unite the community, not divide it, but to unite it. And that's the key element to success of a public servant. To be very accessible and friendly and approachable and all those things. And I get that politics, nobody can ever please anybody. Or please 100%, I should say. I mean, you should see some of the messages I get. I got hammered, as many of you know, pretty heavy the other day. The only one that bothered me was, as I mentioned in the last video, I don't really need to bring it up again, but was the mayor's husband. Because it's the mayor's husband. And I thought that was kind of behind me with that, because when I first started doing this, I was very angry for some things that happened a few years back during a campaign. And I had since then, after this last election, had a good conversation with Barry. He treated me to lunch. We went out to lunch and we talked. We had a lot in common personally with music and things like that. As most of you know, I'm a musician. That's what I did for a living for many, many years. And anyway, so, I get that it's probably tough for him because I'm very critical of the mayor. And I know I am, but it's not personal. It's not character assassination. It's what I see. And I get that's his wife. But, I think Mayor Tyre is strong enough of a person to speak for herself. That's how I feel. She's a public figure. She's an elected official. I'm not. But either way, I can take it. I mean, you should see the messages I get every day anyways. Some of them are just whatever. I laugh it off because, like most of them, I just keep reminding myself I've heard a lot worse from way better people. So And I pray for the people that obviously some of them are so angry. I don't know what it is, but I'll pray for them that whatever's causing that anger in their life, that somehow it gets resolved. But anyway, it's uniting us. That's what this really should be about. And that's the excitement I feel with what happened with the restaurant owners, is uniting us. That was really positive to see that. And again, getting out there and talking to all these owners, and I liked all of them. They were very accessible, very friendly people, hardworking people who built these businesses. So I applaud that. That's what makes our community. We should be supporting them 100%, whether they're a little tiny business who's given it a go, or a big business that gave it a go and built something very successful, and could teach some of the smaller ones on their way up. That's why working together is important. But I really want to see that from leadership. That's what we're missing. I wish Mayor Tyre was more accessible, a little friendlier. She has a tendency to, she gets angry, and you can see it. And that frustrates people, frustrates me. So again, I would gladly sit down. I've been saying this for a couple of years. I would gladly sit down with Mayor Tyre any time and do an open, honest interview. I won't edit her words. I won't do anything. I don't do that anyway. And if it's something positive for the community and uniting us and bringing us together, let's do it. So that's it on the restaurant issue. Support your local restaurants. Indoor dining's open. So if you've been waiting to go out, please do it safely. Follow the rules. Follow the guidelines. Or they won't let you in anyway. But do it safely. And if you don't want to go and you don't think it's smart, then don't go. But don't blast the restaurants for that. Don't go. Order takeout. So, okay. So that's it on that. So there's a lot of other things that I do want to discuss, and I'm going to be getting into. I just wanted to get some closure to that, and it really made my day yesterday. So the other things are, though, those in homelessness and the shelter at St. Joe's High School, the First United Methodist Church that we've heard so much about, that we're still waiting to see exactly what's going on there. And there's some rumors floating around with that it might not even open. And I hope that's not the case. I hope everything is still on schedule to open in the spring. So I'm going to try to find out what's going on with that. Another thing, and like I've said many times, as people know, I'm a musician and I was a former professional musician. A few musicians reached out to me. And, all our local musicians have been out of work with this too. They rely on our nightclubs and bars and restaurants kind of settings to get out and play. And it's been very difficult for them too, because they're performers, and a lot of them, that's how they pick up a lot of extra money. And entertainment's important. So some of them reached out to me and had an idea of doing something through the site. And I thought I liked it. So I'm going to continue contacting some people, but thinking about putting together a New Year's show that would be online. And all the bands send me in a video of themselves, and we'll make a show out of it. And I'll host it as a New Year's show and use it as an event to raise some money for some of our local charities. And which ones yet, I don't know. Maybe let everyone in the public vote on that and decide. And there's a lot of great entertainers and performers in Pittsfield from all sorts of different genres of music. And I think that would be awesome. I think it would be a very cool, positive thing. So if you are in a local band, or you're a local singer-songwriter, or a local performer, a music performer, contact me if you're interested in that. I know a few of you already have. I would love to do something like that. And contact me, and we'll discuss it a little bit further. And we can pick and decide what causes or charities or things that need the money the most that we could help out with. So again, that's it for now. I'll say that. I'll probably say that 2 more times after this, but that is it for now. On all that, again, for your restaurants, support them. To all the other businesses, contact me. I want to put you all together with each other. Collective bargaining, it's a powerful thing, and you can get a lot done that way. Contact me. The mayor's husband, oh, that's right, I have to throw this in, so this isn't it for now, but this might be it for now. The mayor's husband said that the rumor of him and and the mayor dining out in other communities after she put that suspension was not true, that it was just a rumor, that never happened. And I was confused by this. I thought they owned a second place in Colorado or something. He messaged me saying no, that they weren't in Colorado and they're not looking to buy a house or something like that. I thought they already had one there. So apparently that's what he said. If you haven't seen it, it's on the page. So I'm going to correct myself on that. That I did say. And he addressed the rumor of them dining out in other communities after the ban was put on indoor dining. He's saying that absolutely did not happen. It was just a rumor. And he also said he's no longer a member of the PETA board or the PERC, which is the Economic Recovery. The PETA is the Pittsfield Economic Development Authority, and that he still is listed on the website, so they should probably take him off of there, but he said he's no longer on that. He resigned from that a couple months ago. Whew. So that's that. So congratulations again to all the restaurant owners and to all the other business owners. Contact me, and we'll end it there. Have a great night, everybody, and I will catch y'all either tomorrow or sometime on the weekend.